Starfield. It's a game in space, produced by the teat of Todd Howard himself. Opinions on the game vary. Some say it is a masterpiece, others a tale of greed and broken promises. I am not here to tell you anything, except my escapades through the Starfield.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Now let me tell you about Constellation. These are some of the first companions you meet in the game, and what do I think about them? These gotta be some of the most sorry-ass motherfuckers in all the cosmos. These guys managed to do nothing the entire game. If you bring them along with you, these absolute rejects will scold you for your every action.
Either you made a mistake, or you're not the person I thought you were when I said I'd travel with you.
Most of their story is centered around gathering these mystical artifacts. You gather an artifact, add it to the armillary, talk to Samco's dad, gather an artifact, add it to the armillary. It is absolutely mindless, and I can see why so many people check out at this point in the game. Trust me, it doesn't get any more fun gathering the same artifacts in the same locations with the same environments every new game plus. I did it 10 times to get all the powers to tier 10, the best Starborn ship, and the last Starborn spacesuit. I amassed over 200 hours playing this game. Don't get me wrong, there are some good parts. The Hunter and Emissary are interesting characters, Entangled had a cool concept, and the final fight at the temple was great. It just fell a little flat. Factions. Every good Bethesda game has them. This time, we have 4 main factions. The Crimson Fleet, the UC Sys Defense, the UC Vanguard, the Freestar Rangers, and Ryujin Industries. In the Crimson Fleet, you work as an undercover operative for the UC Sys Defense, reporting on Delgado and the Crimson Fleet's every action. With your help, the Crimson Fleet retrieves Crix's Legacy, a Galbank ship loaded with credits. You then take on Sys Defense in full-fledged starship warfare until only one victor remains standing. In the UC Vanguard, your first mission plunges you into the reaches of a Deathclaw, or Terramorph. With your cunning wit and none of Hadrian's help, you take down the Terramorph. You then engage in bureaucracy, work with a war criminal, find out Terramorphs are heat leeches the whole time. You then give all the Terramorphs coronavirus,
a microbe,
and they all die. In the Freestar Rangers, you talk down some bank robbers, and then boom, you're a ranger. You go on an adventure, taking down pirates, mercenaries, and returning slates to this guy.
Return the slab.
Farmers are the prime targets, and you eventually figure out that Ron Hope, the CEO of Hope Tech, is behind the attacks. When you confront him, he gets a bit full of himself.
I'm important. You're nothing.
So you inflate his ego further with lead. In Ryujin Industries, you work as a junior operative and tamper with Ryujin's competitors. This is the most boring faction in the game, and just entails you fucking with Infinity Ltd. And occasionally engaging in office politics. Exploration. It's a bit of a hot topic. When you travel to a planet, points of interest are procedurally generated and placed around the cell you land at. So, what's the problem? All of these points of interest are thousands of meters away from each other, effectively boiling down to 5 minutes of running to see a storage silo. Well, that's disappointing. And buckle up for this fiasco, boys and girls. In my New Game Plus playthrough, I wanted to collect all of the snow globes. One problem though, the Mars Discovery snow globe can only be found by interacting with a terminal in the NASA launch tower. In this playthrough, it wasn't possible for me to play the main story mission to get to the NASA launch tower. So what did I do? I walked across all of Florida for hours. I didn't find shit. Unless you land on the exact pixel, you will not find this location naturally. Eventually, the solution to my problem like in many other scenarios, was to use a console command. Cock LC017 NASA, to be exact. What the fuck were they thinking? Ships. Building a spaceship in this game can soak up a good deal of your time. Todd has really put his best foot forward and given you unlimited options. The first time I went to a ship service technician to edit my ship, I just about shit myself. With this many components, you can build whatever monstrosity you set your heart to. This here is my vessel, the SS McYumYums. It has a mass of 5,300 and a depth count of 1,000,000. It sports 4 each of the Obliterator 250 MEV Alpha turrets, Marauder 115 and Railgun turrets, and Atlat 280C missile launchers. You'd think it'd be possible to make the ship at your nearest vanilla spaceport, but no. Todd himself thought it prudent to program in a bunch of restrictions in my space exploration sandbox video game.
But you can't do this to me. You know how much I sacrifice?
I'm the captain now.
Powers. By God, does Todd love his powers. First came shouts, and now we're a little less creative with the word powers. First came unrelenting force, now it is gravity wave. Ice form is now sunless space. And who could forget whirlwind sprint, replaced by grav dash. Dismissive tones aside, a lot of these powers are big booty busted, and some of them are hot garbage. There are already plenty of videos out there going through the pros and cons of each power and how good they are in certain scenarios, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna speedrun this. A tier list for all 24 powers in less than 2 minutes. Timer starts now. Particle beam, hard to hit, does barely any damage to high level enemies, B tier. Personal atmosphere, you can now breathe in space. Frieza could already do that, C tier. Phase time, slow time like Dishonored, my favorite game, S tier. Precognition, see enemy pathing and future dialogue, B tier. Reactive shield.
I am bulletproof!
S tier. Sense star stuff, see all enemies, except robots, through walls like in Dishonored, S tier. Solar flare, its AoE, has high base damage, cheap at tier 10, does damage over time, and stacks.
Biden blast!
S tier, sunless space, AoE freeze, that's pretty much it. B tier, supernova, explode like Vegeta, but live.
I need help.
A tier, void form, become invisible, making stealth gameplay actually viable, but not really. A tier, eternal harvest, make plants grow again. Use this to farm the botany skill. C tier, grab dash, whirlwind sprint with a damage boost. B tier, gravity wave, 1/3 of Fusro Da. F tier, gravity well. S tier, inner demon, summon a friendly enemy AI, expensive, hard to hit. C tier, life forced, doesn't heal that much, pretty shit. F tier, moon form, make like the rocks and stay still, surprisingly effective. C tier, parallel self, it's me, but worse. F tier, anti-gravity field, remove gravity. B tier, create vacuum, remove the oxygen from your foes. B tier, creator's piece, make enemies abandon their weapons. C tier, earthbound, give yourself Earth's gravity. F tier, elemental pull, you are a mineral glizzy goblin, but it can't be used to farm geology. F tier, alien reanimation. F tier. Welcome to my house tour. When I'm not gathering artifacts and bending the universe to my whim, you can find me here on Tau Ceti 3, my humble abode. Let's get up and show you around. First up, we got my bed. You know, it's nothing too special. Occasionally, it gets put to use. We got my computer. I've been known to engage in some gaming, and we don't exactly need chairs where I'm from. Bounty clearance, mission terminal, Lynn. We have our crew station here. Sup, Hadrian? Sup, me? I swear, I don't even see the resemblance. Over here we have the cubicles. Step aside. We have the bathroom over here. It's not connected to anything, but we make do. Over here we have a crafting station. Someone's been making a mess in here. Might have to, you know. We got our display station here. Jasper Cricks up top, but shut up, Lyle. We got our Jasper Cricks data slates right up here. We got our Eternity's Gate, Revenant, Unmitigated Violence. We got some more over there. We got the Old Earth spacesuit from collecting all of the snow globes. And over here we have me in past lives. The Astra, the Materia, the Locus, Tenebris, Solus, Gravitas, Vellum, Tempest, Avitus, and last but not least, Venator. Let's turn those lights down. I didn't really do much. Over here we have the break room. How are you enjoying the amenities? What's up, Jessamine? That wraps up the interior. Let's move on to the exterior. This is where the resources from my 30 outpost mineral empire gets funneled into. We stack it high around here. We got some watchtowers in the distance, and some trespassers. We got the classy SS McYum-Yums up there, feared by most of the known universe. Well, that just about wraps up my house tour. I hope to see you out there someday in this big universe of ours. Let's just hope you're not on the wrong end of my trigger. Crafting, crafting, crafting. Oh, Todd, why can't we make weapons and armor anymore?
16 times the detail.
Weapons and armor in Starfield follow a pretty simple formula. You got your commons, rares, epics, and legendaries. The drop rate is based on your difficulty, with very hard increasing the rate to the highest. Then, to go even further beyond, we have tiers. This is broken up into base, calibrated, refined, advanced, and superior, but the game only visually shows advanced. Now what about the ammo types? This game's got melee weapons, ballistics, electromagnetic, lasers, and particle beams, of which your pistols, rifles, shotguns, and heavy weapons can potentially use. So crafting. How does it work? It all starts here at the research laboratory. You have the misfortune of finding all of these required materials to unlock all of these recipes. That's right. You want food and drugs? Research them. You want better outposts? Research it. Better spacesuits? Research it. A fucking barrel on your gun? Research it. Beyond that, legendaries have special abilities. Using a mod, I can see and edit my legendary traits. There are quite a few ones here. Each of the tiers have their own unique traits. There's some interesting ones, like Lacerate, can apply a bleed effect. Med Theft, you get more med packs. And Poison.
Put the stinky on them.
If you're wondering if all this crafting and gathering materials is worth it, no. I still get one shot. It wasn't worth it.
You convinced Jack. How in the...
Heard you might be looking for some backup.
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
Everyone knows the ship, but my info isn't in the database yet. So if you go into the pit stop and claim you're Captain Fahim of the Markab, maybe you can...
What? It can't be. Our colleague is alive in some...
Let's take a step back.
Orko, that room of yours better be clean next time I go in there.
Of course. If you have any more trouble, give us a call.
They come! You will be!
Oh no!